ceiling and close your eyes to start. Let's take our 3 centering breaths together to get in the right space. Let's breathe in through the nose. Get a long exhale. Feel the air as it leaves your lips and begin to settle in. All right, next breath together. Let's breathe in. And once again, nice and long exhale as you plug into the ground, plug into your mat, letting the shoulders fall. And then last breath together. Let's breathe in once again. And then long exhale, like you're blowing out a birthday cake with a ton of candles. All right, we're gonna do a self-guided body scan, okay, head to toe. Focus on everything between the top of your head, down through your torso, and then down to where your body touches your mat. Maybe find a tight spot. Pick something that you want to focus on. All right, see how you feel. Whether, you can't focus on anything this morning, which is okay. Maybe you're focusing on that tight body spot on your body. Doesn't matter. Just continue to breathe and settle in. Okay, maybe there's noise around you and the rest of your house as everyone's starting to wake up. You can focus on that. And for this next part, we're going to go for a little bit longer. Okay, just focus on something that can be your breath. All right. And to end our meditation and our breathing, we're going to do 3 long breaths. And what I want you to do is, I'll call it out. I want you to breathe in, hold it at the top. And when you hear the singing bowl, I want you to release. And I'll let you know when to breathe in again. So let's inhale through the nose. Hold it. Okay. Nice and settled. Once again, let's breathe in through the nose. Hold it at the top. And release. Nice long exhale. All right. Last one. Let's breathe in through the nose. And as you breathe out here, you can open up your eyes, readjust the light, hop off the block. All right, let's get one for our spines to start. I'm going to start with the right palm, the left knee. My left palm is planted on the floor behind me, and I'm turning counterclockwise, seeing how far back behind me I can look. Okay, pushing, turning. And then on your next out breath, unwind, come back to center. Ooh. Then let's get the other side. So left palm is on the right knee, right palm is planted behind. And return your chin to the shoulder. Seeing how far back you can look in the other direction. Pushing, turning. Give yourself one last push with that last breath. And then let's unwind, come back to center. And then we'll get a sitting side stretch. So let's look up to begin and raise those arms up. And I'm going to start on the left. So left palm is planted on your mat. Right arm reaches overhead. Pay attention to where that stretch starts and ends. Good. I definitely feel that all the way down to my hip. Ooh. Okay. One last reach with the right arm. Then bring the left arm back up to the top. And let's come down to the right side. Okay, reaching for the upper right hand corner of the room with the left fingertip. Then we'll bring the right arm back up to the top. And then as you breathe out, bring the hands together at heart center. And let's get one for the inner thigh. So let's do our cobbler pose or butterfly pose. So the soles of the feet are together in front of us. Draw the heels in towards the soft tissue. Let the knees drop. And then just lean forward. And see how happy or unhappy those inner thighs are. Okay, pulling yourself in with your toes or your feet. And then let's breathe in here. And then as you breathe out, let's reach forward on the floor in front of us. Round out your back. Okay, see how close you can get your face to your feet. Or letting the knees drop down a little bit further. All right. And then we're going to bring the knees up. Let's do a hip opener. So let's plant the soles of the feet in front of you. Just drop your knees side to side. Okay, go at your own pace. If you want to hold it on one side because that side's a little tight, do that. And maybe your legs have some noise for you like mine do. Ooh, noises that didn't used to be there. They're kind of fun noises. Ugh. Okay, get one last cycle. This is going to be my last time on the left. Ooh. And the last time on the right. And then we're going to stand up. Let's get our hamstrings. We all know what's coming. So wide stance, toes facing forward. Let's reach up. And then swan dive forward till we're at the bottom. And let's fold our arms and rest our forehead on our forearms. And let's start by rocking side to side. And we're going to hang out here for a couple cycles. Maybe hold one side. Okay, rocking back to the other side. Okay, starting to work those hamstrings, those big muscles. All right, let's clasp the fingertips behind us and reach the hands towards the front of the room or towards the ceiling.
See if you can drop your head a little bit further towards the ground. Really engaging those hamstrings now. And on your next exhale, let's drop the hands down to the ground. Let's plant the right palm on the floor and open up your chest. And with that left arm, reach up towards the ceiling. Okay, and see how far you can turn your chin up towards the ceiling as well. And let's take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, let's bring that left arm down to the earth. Swap palms, that left palm is now planted. Right fingertips, right arm is reaching up. And let's open up our chest on the right side. Let's bring that right arm back down. Yeah, let's just dangle here for a couple moments. All right. And a slow 10 count. Let's straighten up our bodies. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, oof, 9, and 10. All right, let's switch to the upper body. Let's get a shoulder and tricep stretch. So I'm going to start with the left arm across the top of the chest. Give yourself a pull. And adjust your yoga mat if you want. Oof. Let's switch sides to the right. The next door neighbor just moved in about 2 weeks ago. And it went from an empty yard to a yard with a bunch of dump trucks. All right, let's get the left tricep stretch, the left arm behind your head. Apparently they have 2-year-old twins. Ugh. Okay, pulling on that left elbow, feeling the left tricep. Give yourself one last pull. And then let's switch sides, right arm behind the head. All right. Then we're gonna drop the right arm, and then we're gonna get our necks. So let's grab the left wrist behind your back. Chicken wing is on the right side. Let's drop our head down to the right. Okay, let's listen to that right shoulder. And then let's roll the head forward and look down at the ground. And then as you breathe out here, let's gently roll the head back as we look up. Good. Rolling the head back to the neutral and then back to center. And let's switch the chicken wings of grabbing the right wrist behind the back, dropping that head down. And really feeling where that stretch it is. And then let's look up to begin to turn the chin up. Okay, feel that stretch in the front of your neck. And then as you breathe out, rolling the head forward, looking down. And getting the back side of the neck. All right, and then roll the head back to the center position and then back up. And let's switch back to the lower half of our bodies. So let's get a split leg hamstring stretch. I'm going to start with my right leg out in front, toes facing forward, heels are in line. Bring the arms up, give me a little reach there. And then swan dive over the straight right leg. Okay. And then drive the left hip towards the front ankle on this side. Okay, keep that right leg, keep the front leg from bending. With each exhale, so you can get a little bit lower wherever your hands are, using your arm arms and hands control the distance. And then as you breathe out, let's bend the front knee and come on up. And let's switch sides. I'm doing a lot of breathing focus, connecting the breath with the stretch with the body. Anyhow, left leg is out in front, arms are up top. Breathing out as we swan dive over the straight left leg. Mindful stretching. So let's drive the right hip towards the front ankle. Once again, using your hands and arms to play with the distance of the stretch, the intensity of the stretch. All right. And then bending the front knee and coming up. And then let's do Malasana. Okay, one of the inner thighs once again. So find a nice medium stance. Angle the feet out. Just start with my hands at heart center. And keeping the head and chest up as we make our way down towards the earth, towards your mat. Okay, finding whatever height works best for your own body. See if you can, as you breathe out, lower yourself even further. Ugh. I'll try the variation when I can touch the ground. Ugh. Let's take one deep breath before we exit. So let's breathe in. Okay, placing the hands on the knees, the legs as we breathe out, controlling it. Hello. All right, let's do a standing side stretch. Let's bring the feet and legs together. Really plugging yourself into the ground, plugging yourself into the foundation. Bring the arms up. And let's get the right side to begin. So dropping the right hand down, the right side of your body, kicking out the left hip. It's just like the sitting version, but with some balance. Okay, turning the chin up towards the inside of the elbow. Give me one last reach. And then bring the right arm up and let's get the left side, or rather get the right side, but dropping the left arm. Okay, reach for that upper left-hand corner of the room. Let's bring that left arm back up to the ceiling and then dropping hands down to heart center. And let's get our moving option. I'm going to face away from the door this week just for variation for myself. All right, let's do our 2 practice swan dives just to loosen up. So arms are back up top, swan dive forward. Okay, reaching for the toes. Coming up to flat back. Let's rest our hands on our shins or our knees. Then rounding out the back and eyes up, head up, reverse swan dive. Hands 1, let's do 1 more. Swan dive forward. Coming up to flat back. And then exhaling, eyes up, head up, reverse swan dive. All right, and then we'll begin. Swan diving down for a 3rd time. We should feel pretty limber here. Coming up to flat back. Then as you breathe out, let's plant both hands on the mat and step back to plank. And then let's chaturanga down, elbows at your sides, coming up to upward dog, seeing if you can get on the tops of the feet. Okay, back to plank. Here's the optional push-up as we make our way into everyone's favorite downward dog. Okay. As we know, we're going to bend the left knee, drive the right heel down. Let's focus on the calves for a second here. And then let's switch sides, bending the right knee as we drive the left heel down to the mat. Let's do 2 times for each side. So bending the left knee, driving the right heel one more time. Right, and then back to the left. All right, and then straighten both legs. And then from here, let's do our one more for our hamstrings. So feet and legs together. We're gonna start with the right. So let's float the right heel up into the air. And then swing it on through and plant that right foot in front of us and come to runner's pose. So your upper body is over your right leg. Your fingertips are barely touching the mat, touching the floor. Then we're going to cover runner's stretch. So plant the hands if you can, or maybe fingertips on the left side of that right foot. Okay, dropping the pelvis down to the floor. You should feel that in your right hamstring. All right, let's do something totally different this week. Let's drop that back knee down and bring the arms up. Okay, you should feel that in your left hip. It's just like crescent pose, but the knee, back knee is down. Okay, let's bring the hands back down to the ground. Okay, get off that back knee, returning to runner stretch. And then let's bring our hands off the floor back to runner's pose. Fingertips are barely touching the floor. And then let's plant both palms on the mat, bring the right leg back to plank, and let's chaturanga down, upward dog. Back to plank, give me a push up here if you'd like. Back to downward dog. Let's do that sequence on the left side. So feet and legs together. Let's float the left heel up into the air. Let's swing it through and plant it in front of us as we come to runner's pose. Okay, our torso is over that supporting leg. And let's come to runner's stretch for the left side. So we're planting our hands on the right side of the left leg, feeling that left hamstring. All right, and then drop that back knee down, untuck the back toes, and bring the arms and torso up. Okay, feel that right hip this time. You can even lean back a little bit if you want, accentuating the stretch from the top. All right, and let's return the hands down to the floor and get off that back heel or back knee, excuse me. And then back to runner's pose, fingertips barely touching the floor. Let's plant both palms. Left leg comes back to plank, and let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. And then back to plank, and let's do our sun salutation. So step the feet towards the hands, and then reverse swan dive until your hands are at the top. And then let's swan dive back down, reaching for the ground. All right, come up to flat back. Enjoy that little stretch here. As you exhale, let's plant both palms, step back to plank, and then chaturanga down, doing another upward dog. Back to plank, give me a push up here. This will be coming to downward dog. Let's do our crescent pose and prayer twist. So feet and legs together. We're going to float the right heel up in the air. And let's swing it on through and plant it in front of us. Bring the arms and torso up for crescent pose. Okay, remember crescent pose, that back heel is up and off the mat. And then let's bring the hands to heart center and transition into prayer twist, pressing the left elbow into the right knee. Hands are stacked, pressing against each other. Right elbow facing the ceiling. Maybe there's people in your house screaming at each other already. Maybe there's not. All right, and let's exit prayer twist. Bring the arms and torso back up top, reaching for the ceiling here. And as you breathe out, bring the hands back down to the mat, plant both palms, bring the right leg back to plank, and chaturanga down into upward dog. And back to plank, give me a push up here if you like. As you return to downward dog, getting ready to do that sequence on the left. So feet and legs together. Let's float the left heel up into the air and swing that left leg forward and plant it and come into crescent pose on the left. Everyone stay there for a moment. Need to take off my sweatshirt. It's starting to get a little warm. All right. My arms are back up top and driving my back heel down. I'm going to drop the hands to heart center as we come into prayer twist on the left. Get ready to breathe in any pose that we hold. Alrighty. And then let's bring the arms back up in the crescent pose. That right hip is getting a nice little stretch there. And then as you breathe out, let's bring the hands back down to the mat. Step that left leg back to plank. And let's chaturanga down to our upward dog. And we're going to do another sun salutation. So back to plank. Let's step the feet towards the hands and reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Let's swan dive back down. Up to flat back. Exhale, planting both palms. Stepping back to plank. And let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. Back to plank. Give me a push up here if you'd like. To return to downward dog. Okay, now let's do our warrior sequence. So feet together. Let's float the right leg up in the air. Let's swing it on through. Plant it in front of us. And as the arms come up, the back heel comes down for warrior one. And let's make sure that front knee is tracking over the front ankle. Doing a little reach with the arms up towards the ceiling. And as you breathe out, let's go arms front and back for warrior two. And I kind of feel that on my left inner thigh as well. Feels good. Then when I dip back into reverse warrior, so left hand is resting gently on the back leg, right arm is reaching towards the back of the room. And then let's come back to warrior two. Let's do a twisting triangle pose. So let's reach forward with the left fingertips here, reaching as far as we can. When you can reach no further, drop the left fingertips or left palm down to the mat as we rotate that right arm up towards the ceiling. That's an option. If you can only get the elbow up, that's cool too. As we know, I like to change it up, keep everyone on their toes. It's a red herring. Your right hamstring's on fire. And then we're going to rotate back to warrior two. Let's dip back into our reverse warrior. Reach for the back of the room here. Give me a little reach. Back to warrior two. Let's swing that left arm forward and up for warrior one. And as you bring the arms and torso down, that back heel comes up, plant both palms. Right leg comes back to plank. And let's chaturanga down to our upward dog. Okay, back to plank. Let's do a sun salutation. Let's step the feet towards the hands and reverse swan dive. Arms at the top, swan dive back down. Lots of moving options. Up to flat back. Exhale, let's plant both palms on the mat. Step back to plank. We're going to chaturanga into our upward dog. Back to plank. Give me a push up here if you're still with me. Okay, back to down dog. Let's repeat that sequence for the left. So feet together. Let's float the left heel up into the air. And swing that left leg forward and plant it. And come to warrior one on the left. You already know what's coming, so you're mentally prepared. Arms front and back for warrior two. Let's dip back into reverse warrior. Okay, reaching as far back towards the back of the room with those left fingertips. Back to warrior two. All right, and then take that right arm, right fingertips, and reach for the front of the room. Reach, 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 reach. And then drop that right hand or right palm down. Left arm is reaching for the ceiling. For twisting triangle pose. Okay, see if you can turn your chin, look up. Hold it for 3, 2, 1, and then bring the torso back up, back to warrior two. Let's dip back into reverse warrior. Don't put too much weight on that back leg with the right hand. Back to warrior two. Let's swing that right arm forward and up to warrior one. And then exhale, bring that arms back down, back heel comes up, plant both palms, left leg comes back to plank, and let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. Back to plank. Give me a push up here as we return to downward dog. Okay, probably our last downward dog of the day. So let's push the floor away. Fingertips are spread, feeling those calves and hamstrings. All right, let's do our chair pose. So step your feet towards your hands. And bring your feet together and drop your bottom down. Arms come up. Okay, give me a straight line from your bottom up through your torso, through your arms. Okay, really reach up at the top. Don't let those elbows flare. We're gonna hold it for 3, 2, 1. Keeping the arms where they are, straighten up your body. Okay, we're gonna get off the heels. Reach for the ceiling. We're gonna return the heels back to the mat in 3, 2, 1. Lowering ourselves down, bringing the hands back to heart center. Let's do twisting chair pose on the left. Okay, pressing that right elbow into the left knee. See if you can lower your bottom a little bit more, bend the knees. Looking up, if you can turn your head in that direction right now. Towards the side of the room is fine too. And then bring the hands back to center, straightening up our bodies for a second time. Okay, standing on the toes, we know what the sequence is. Reach for the ceiling. Letting those stabilizer muscles in the calf work. Or not. Maybe you're a little shaky like me, but that's okay. And then returning the heels back down to the mat, hands back to center. Let's do twisting chair pose on the right. Okay, once again, see if you can bend those knees a little bit more, lowering your bottom a little bit more, working the lower half of your body. All right, returning the hands back to center, and let's sprout on up for a third and final time. Back onto the toes, off the heels, reaching for the ceiling. Okay, elongating your whole body. And then bring your hands back to center as you lower your heels down. I'm going to grab some water real quick. Let's take a little breather. All right, friends, thanks for waiting. I needed some water. I have to get myself a water bottle this morning. Shall we do tree to resume? So let's stand up. And let's get all our weight on our left leg, left foot. Bringing the right foot wherever works best for you, whether that's below the knee, at the knee, above the knee. Pick a tree if that helps you think about it. Just be the tree. Three, two, one. Shake out my left ankle. Now we'll get all our weight on our right foot, our right leg, bringing in our left heel or left foot. Adding the arms. Ooh. Stay here for 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm gonna shake out that right ankle, and then we'll have a seat. Let's do our sitting stretches. The fun stuff that's a little easier. Ugh. All right, let's do our table. So let's plant the soles of the feet in front of us, hands are behind us. Let's prop ourselves up. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna push the pelvis up towards the ceiling. Okay, pushing the floor away with your feet evenly, with your palms evenly, dropping the head back once you're in position. All right, and then slowly lower yourself back down. Don't just crash down. Learning to bridge next. So keeping the feet where they are. Let's lie down on our backs. We're going to roll onto the shoulders as we clasp our fingertips underneath us. Okay. Once again, pushing the pelvis up towards the ceiling with our feet and our legs. Say hello to your glutes and your lower back and your hamstrings. Okay, give yourself one last push up. Really feel that. Ooh. And then controlling yourself one vertebra at a time. Let each one touch your mat as you come back down. Gently. All right. Let's do happy baby since we're on our backs already. So both legs up into the air. We're grabbing the outside parts of our feet. Let's pull our feet down, pull our knees in towards our underarms. Another one for the inner thighs. Then once you're in position, you can rock side to side. Okay, pay attention to where your spine interacts with your mat. And think of it as a spine massage. All right, let's pull on the feet down to the ground a little bit more. Get a little last stretch for the inner thighs. And then let's release that hold. Let's do our glute stretch or thread the needle. So keeping my left foot planted, I'm going to make a figure 4 with my right leg. So right ankle's on the left knee. I'm going to grab my left shin, beginning to engage the right glute. Okay, 3 breaths as usual. As you exhale, breathe into the stretch. Let the stretch get deeper on the right side, so I'll call it out. Let's breathe in through the nose and out to the mouth. Again, let's breathe in and release. Remember, when nice and long exhale. Getting deeper with each out breath. Okay, one more breath here. Let's breathe in. And then release. And you let go of the left shin, planting the right foot back on the mat, bringing the left ankle onto the right quad. And then let's pull on the right leg or the right shin. And then let's stretch out our left glute. So breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, number two, let's breathe in and release. All right, last one. Let's really make it count. Let's breathe into the nose and out to the mouth. I always make this one nice and long because I love this stretch. All right, you can release that right leg. We're gonna stay on our backs. We're gonna do a spine stretch. So let's hug in the left knee towards our chest or in towards our chest. Enjoy this little stretch here. Now let's grab the outside part of the left knee and pull the left leg over our body. Okay, left arm is out towards your left. And we're turning, looking towards the left. And wringing out those spines. Hopefully releasing. Oof. Let's do 2 deep breaths. And as you exhale, see if you can relax into this stretch. So breathe in. And then release. Okay, one more breath here. Let's breathe in. Then breathe out. Your spine thanks you. Let's bring that left leg back to center. Let's repeat on the other side. So let's hug the right knee or right leg in. Okay, really feel that little stretch there for the inner thigh. And grabbing the outside part of the right knee, pulling your leg over. Right arms extended out to the right. I even feel it in my right glute even. Ugh. All right, just like the other side, we're gonna do 2 deep breaths, so stay where you are. And let's get deep into the stretch. Let's breathe in. And then exhale. One more time. Breathing in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Nice. Then bring the right leg back over, back to center. And let's sit on up. Let's get our hamstrings. Ooh. So let's start with the left leg out in front or outstretched. Bring the right heel in towards your soft tissue. Add the block just for fun. Okay, arms are at the top. Take a deep breath. And as you release, let's reach towards our toes. Okay, if you can only get your hands on your shins or towards your ankle, that's perfectly good. Okay. As you might remember, if you want to add the bonus side stretch, take that right hand and reach it toward the outside part of your left foot. We're going to hold this for one more super long deep breath. So breathe in through the nose. And as you breathe out, pull yourself or reach for the right left toes. Reach. And let's get the other side. Ugh. So right leg's extended, left heel is in, arms are up top. And as you breathe out, let's reach for the right toes. Keep at the back of the right knee on the mat. And just like the other side, let's do a little deep breath here. So let's breathe in. And as you breathe out, reach or pull yourself in on one last time on the right. Let's sit up. Of course, want to get both legs together. So let's go. Knees, shins, ankles, toes touching. Head of the arms. And then let's reach over both legs now. Okay, we're going to keep the feet flexed so the toes are facing the ceiling. And just letting the stretch take over. All right, then we can sit on up. We're going to do pigeon next. Oh, so let's start by finding a push-up or plank position. And then I'm going to start by planting the right foot behind the left wrist, dropping both knees down to the mat. Okay. And I'm kind of just rocking back and forth, finding the position that lets you lower yourself down to the mat. Untuck the back toes. You can come down your elbows, great. And let's hang out here for another, let's do a nice 45 seconds. So really settle in. I'll let you know when to come out of it. We'll add the quad stretch. We have about another 30 seconds left, so continue to breathe. Continue to settle in. Oh, and groaning a little bit. Love it or hate it, it's good for you. And on your next out breath, okay, plant both palms on the mat and reach back behind you with the left arm. Let's pull in the left heel and that left quad stretch. And let's hold that for another 3, 2, 1, and release. Both palms on the mat, back in plank. Bring the left foot forward. Let's drop both knees down, untuck the back toes. Once again, just settling in, finding that comfortable position. We'll do another 45 seconds. Another 10 seconds or so. So give yourself one last relaxing exhale. And then push yourself back up and let's reach back behind us with the right arm. Reaching or pulling on that right foot, feeling the right quad. And let's hold it for another 3, 2, 1. Let's release. Let's get off that left leg. And let's do cat cow. Roll up my mat. Here we're on all fours. We're gonna do 5 breath cycles. So let's inhale, head up. Exhale, head down. Okay, push the floor away, round out the back. Inhale, head up. Okay, exhale, head down. Imagine that you're trying to push your spine up towards your ceiling. Inhale, head up. And then exhale, head down. Okay, that's 3. Inhale, head up. Ooh. Exhale, head down. Inhale, this is the last time. And then exhale, rounding out back, pushing the floor away. And then let's come to neutral spine. Get off my mat. Let's unravel that. All right, let's get another one for our hip flexors. So let's get on the right knee and plant the left foot in front of us. Let's look for those two right angles at your knees and rotate that hip forward. Feel the pinch on the right side. If you want to pull from the top, you can reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. And of course, you want to go for super duper. Reach that right arm over towards the left side of your body. And your left hip will thank you. Or I'm sorry, your right hip will thank you. It feels so good. I forgot my left and my right. Move. All right, and then let's bring the right arm down. Let's switch sides. So you're on the left knee, planting the right foot, rotating that hip forward. And let's add the arm. And give yourself one last push. Then you can bring that left arm back down. Let's enter our closing sequence. So let's sit on our heels. Our knees are about as wide as our mat. Let's breathe in. And as you breathe out, come forward in a child's pose. Arms are on the mat, and rest your forehead or your temple on the mat. And think about everything you just did for your body, for your soul, for your mental health. All right, let's do a bonus side stretch. So stick that left arm out to the left, then stack the right hand over the left, and get one last stretch for the right side of your body. Returning back to neutral. Let's get the other side. So right arm's out to the right. Stack the left hand over the right. And feel the stretch from your hip to your fingertip to the left. Cool. Okay, let's go back to child's pose. Just breathe here. Letting the breath settle. Letting the body settle. Okay. And come forward and out of it as we come into corpse pose. So rotate it onto your back. Ugh. Let your arms rest at your sides. Close your eyes here. Let's go for 90 seconds. I won't say anything. Just scan your whole body and lie as still as you can. All right, that was a long one. That was 90 seconds. You can keep your eyes closed. Give me a nice morning stretch. Arms are up top, reaching, pointing the toes at the bottom. And maybe stretching side to side. Whatever it is you do when you're trying to get out of bed in the morning. And then let's roll on to one side and rest your head and face right on your hands. All right, whatever arm is on top, plant that palm on the mat, and let's push ourselves up. Let's return back to cross leg position. Grab the singing bowl. Or everyone's favorite part, at least my favorite part. All right, let's sit up nice and tall. Okay, really lengthen the spine. You can close your eyes here. Let's do our 3 audible breaths. You can om with me if you so choose. So let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. Om. Next breath, let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. Last breath, let's make it count. Let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. Let's bring our hands to namaste at our hearts. You can repeat after me if you'd like. May we have clear and kind intentions. Let's raise our hands to our foreheads. May we have clear and kind thoughts. Let's lower our hands to our lips. May we have clear and kind communications. Let's return our hands to our hearts. And as always, the light in me celebrates and honors the light in you. Namaste, my friends. Pause your watches. Ooh.